Spectacular holiday weekend. We're live from the Colonial Life Arena here in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm Matt Stradley here with John Williams. Today's matchup, the Phoenix of Elon taking on the #1 consensus South Carolina Gamecocks. What a big order for the Phoenix.
Yeah, and the Phoenix are going to have to come correct. They're going to get sped up by South Carolina's high-pressure defense. Elon's game is to play controlled, eat the shot clock, make South Carolina have to work, and they're going to have their hands full trying to do that. And so it should be a great game between two teams trying to take each other out of the rhythm.
Who do you have your eye on from Elon as your player to watch?
It's going to be Ivana McGill. I know she dealt with a little bit of injury in the last game, but she did a great job of finishing over both shoulders against A&T. She can knock down the mid-range jumper and really can create for her teammates when double coverage comes her way.
I'm going to make you make a tough decision. South Carolina, gosh, so many things to keep an eye on. Who's your player to watch?
All of the things. I mean, it's going to be Aaliyah Boston. She's also capable of finishing over both shoulders. Any way you want it in the paint, she'll give it to you, which has also increased her ability to knock down the mid-range and the three. But where she is really special, really special, Matt, is on the defensive end, where she can alter shots with her length and athletic ability and create turnovers, which then the guards of South Carolina can get out in the open floor and create.
The last undefeated team in the CAA, the Elon Phoenix, going against the undefeated, undisputed South Carolina Gamecocks. Your officials tonight, Vasily Seals, Brian Hall. What a spectacular arena the Colonial Life Arena is. The second home game for the Gamecocks this year. Elon has beat some pretty tough competition as well. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Probably the most surprising was their win over High Point. The ball is up. We're underway. Boston driving the shot. And we're underway. South Carolina quickly on the board. 2 for Boston.
We talked about it before, rhythms. And so South Carolina wants to play fast. They want to play strong. They want to get the ball into the paint, make it difficult for you.
Your starting lineup for the Phoenix. Take a look at Perpignan. What a player she is. The drive blocked. It'll be blocked by Boston. Yep, and it'll be Elon ball. A little bit shake to take that ball to the hoop and have it sent right back.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. You got to know when you were trying to go by an Aaliyah Boston, she's actually very quick on her feet and being able to recover, even if you get that slight first step on her.
Taking a look at the South Carolina starting lineup. Destiny Henderson, Boston, Saxton, and Beal. Out for Cook. On the drive, the pull-up foul line. Splash! 4-0 quickly. Elon has to find a foothold in this game.
And I love how South Carolina didn't overthink the shot, because Elon's playing sagged in their defensive set, where they want to make South Carolina try to take the shot.
Perpignan off the iron. Offensive board. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Good offensive rebound from Ariana Nance. Perpignan on the drive. Backdoor cut. Saxton got a hand on it. Here comes South Carolina. Kicks it out. Good rotation. Foul on the floor. It'll be South Carolina's ball underneath. That foul whistled on Maya Johnson. Her first and the team's first. 8:34. South Carolina 4-0 with the ball.
And for South Carolina to continue to work against this Elon defense, they have to find ways to spread out Elon on the defensive end. Right now, they're sagging in so much because of the fear of Boston and Saxton. They're doing everything they can to make sure that they don't get the ball.
Boston cheating high on the screen. Skip pass. Pulled in by Lyles. With 10 on the shot clock, Lyles spots the three. Off the iron. That'll trickle out of bounds. It'll be a South Carolina ball.
And that's what South Carolina does on the defensive end. They make you take shots that you don't want to take, that you normally don't take, because of it's not what you do on your offense. But you got to do something.
Boston from the high post for Cook. Henderson passes it down low. Saxton starts her move, stolen away by Elon. Here come the Phoenix the other way. Taylor leaves it all for Lyles. 2 offensive rebounds early as Nance's drive blocked, scooped up. Beal going the other way. Shrugged off a Phoenix defender. Beal plays with some strength.
That weight room's different up here. You seen it?
Drop down. Boston has it tipped away. Foul spotted. It'll be the second foul on Elon. It's whistled on Lyles.
And all that was created by the open floor situation by South Carolina's defense. They get out in the open floor off of that block shot and really were able to create there. And you see there, that's just a high-low action. And because Elon could not get themselves set defensively in their sag defense, Aaliyah Boston got herself some easy baskets.
Basket is good from Boston. She's got one more. Second shot up and good as well. Boston has 4 early. A little 1-2-2 zone press. Walk me through what South Carolina is trying to do with that.
They're trying to speed up Elon because Elon are at their best when they are under control and comfortable. They want to make them uncomfortable and get out of their offense. Right now, we haven't really seen Elon run offense yet. They have literally just got 1 or 2 passes and put it up, and that is a testament to South Carolina's defensive pressure.
Saxton with the board off the Perpignan miss. Into the lane. Offensive foul spotted on Destiny Henderson, her first.
That's what Elon wanted South Carolina to do. You can see everybody is almost under the free throw line at this point, where they are just really keeping the ball out of the paint, because if it was a one-on-one situation with Aaliyah Boston or Saxton, it's an automatic basket 9 times out of 10.
Elon starting the game 0 for 6 from the floor. Is it as an offensive foul spotted on Elon? This one whistled on Maya Johnson. That's her second.
Maya Johnson is getting sped up a little bit by Saxton, who has been applying a ton of pressure on her. And you can get frustrated and, extend an arm just to clear some space. And she got caught there.
There's your player to watch into the game spelling Johnson. It's Ivana McGill. McGill, a fantastic game against A&T. High-low. Boston finds some space against McGill. Makes the bucket. 6 points for Boston.
And Aaliyah Boston just did a great job by using her shoulder, putting it into Ivana McGill's chest, getting the space she needed so that she could go straight up vertical instead of, letting the defense alter her angle, alter her balance.
Cook grabbing the defensive board, pulling from the elbow, off the iron, tipped out, saved. Fantastic hands from Saxton. The shot from the corner, off the iron. Battle for the board, still loose. Saxton has it, foul spotted. Saxton to the line to shoot 2.
That's where South Carolina is so deadly. Even off of missed baskets, it is almost automatic that they get second chance, third chance points. And when you only get 1 shot on the other end of the floor versus their 2 to 3 shots, the percentages usually work in South Carolina's favor.
Foul spotted on Ariana Nance, her first, as the Saxton free throw trickles in. 9-0 run to start the game for South Carolina. Make it 10.
A lot of that is just with them playing discipline. And we talked about this before the game started, how South Carolina would respond after coming off of such a high-energy, stressful game like UConn. They have not changed their standard. They're still doing what they do best. And that's a testament to Coach Don Staley and the making sure that everybody buys into that system.
Lyles drop down low. McGill opens up the ledger for the Phoenix. 2-2 to 10.
As we talked about with Ivana McGill, being able to knock down that mid-range jumper, not just being able to finish over both shoulders.
Mid-range jump shot. Saxton off the back iron, grabs her own board. Recycles the offense for the Gamecocks. Here's Cook. Cook on the drive, spins into the lane. Henderson the drive, the scoop, bucket.
Great patience from South Carolina. All that was due to the second chance point that they got off their first initial shot. Off a great offense. Saxton got a good shot. She just missed it, followed it, got the rebound. The ball goes down the arc a couple of times, making the defense have to shift and work. And there you go. Easy shot.
Oh, right. Boston sends it out of bounds. We have a
Settle
timeout.
down, Aaliyah Boston.
We have a timeout on the floor. 4:37 left to go. It's 12-2 Gamecocks over the Phoenix. Back to the Colonial Life Arena. South Carolina 12, Elon 2. That South Carolina elite defense, we've heard a lot about it. It's on full display. Over the last 15 minutes of game time, South Carolina defense has allowed 5 points.
Oh, yeah, and that is what's happening. In South Carolina gives the illusion that you may have a wide open shot, but the thing is when you have post players like Aaliyah Boston, like Saxton, who can clear up that space really quickly and recover, it's not open, and they're not coming in and fouling. They're waiting for the ball to get up in the air so that they can go get it. And that's a testament to their athleticism and their knack and intuition to block shots. They're great at that. And so I feel like this isn't going to be the last block shot that we're going to cover. There's going to be a whole lot of them, I think, unless Elon makes the adjustment of running their offense. Right now they're not running it. They're playing one pass. The pressure is so tough on them that they're like, I got to get rid of this ball or I got to drive to the basket. And I do see a little bit of daylight. Maybe I'll try to take advantage of that. And then all of a sudden they get swatted on the backboard.
How do you prepare for a defense that's as stifling? And it kind of reminds me of what Arkansas used to do back in the day. They just had that constant pressure.
Constant pressure. They create the bee's nest. And what do you want to do when you get a bunch of bees around you? You want to run. You want to escape. You want to do whatever you can. I mean, you might even knock over an infant. Like, I've seen it. Like, you do some out of character things. And so this is a great test. This is a great test for Elon, where they're doing right now some out of character things, and they're going to have to settle down and make sure that they see where they're going and still run their offense no matter how hard the pressure is.
Pignan 3 knocks it down. Good out of bounds play. And it's 5. Check that foot on the line. Ruled a 2. It's 4-12.
And that media timeout worked out well for Elon.
The drive from Cook.
I love Zia Cook's game. I mean, she is a bucket. You and I were talking a little bit about her high school highlight tape. My first time seeing her was her putting a girl on the earth with a mean jab step. She dropped, waited for her to get back up, told her, ooh, you okay, dear? And then gave her another bucket and got the and one.
On the drive. Here's Perpignan around the screen with 3 on the shot clock. Shot off the back iron. Battle for the board. It's all Boston.
That's the thing. Even when you miss shots, you can crash as hard as you want. When you got players like Boston, Saxton in there, it's just really difficult.
Beal knocks down the 3. 17-4, South Carolina.
That's what Bree Beal is. I mean, she is the engine to this team, the glue player that keeps them all together, especially on the defensive end. Provides a ton of pressure with her length, size, and quickness. But then also on the open floor, when she gets it and gets the opportunity to knock down the shot, she can make it consistently.
Perpignan to McGill. Blocked from behind. Victoria Saxton.
What'd I tell you? Told you we're going to be seeing this all day.
Shot off the rim from Cook. It's lost out of bounds. Stays South Carolina ball. A couple of substitutions for South Carolina.
Now, didn't you think Ivana McGill had herself a wide open layup? And that's what we talk about, the length and the size and the wingspan of these players on South Carolina's roster, where they can continue to alter shots even if they're slightly out of position defensively.
That would be the 4th team block for South Carolina. A veritable block party. I wasn't dressed for it. It'll be okay.
And so now you look at it, the 2 subs that come in, Ami here, Cordoza, 6'7", 6'5". Good luck.
Elon comes up with the ball. Files in transition. Perpignan gets caught down low. With 8 on the shot clock. Harmon, Swarm with 3. Tries to pass down low. Spin. a travel spotted as Taja Traore. That's the third turnover for the Phoenix.
And you just saw that right there. Elon kept the ball on the right side of the floor. It never made it to the left side where Elon could actually make South Carolina shift in defense.
Beal kicks it out off the front iron. The iron, very kind. Destiny Henderson knocks it down.
And you saw it right there. Like, even though it's a lucky bounce, Destiny Henderson only gave us a little bit of the archer strike. It wasn't the full pull back there.
Around the Traore screen. Thought about the shot. Changed her mind when she saw Cardozo.
I would too.
Absolutely. Floater blocked from Cardozo. That's 5.
Super disrespectful. Cardozo didn't even have to get off the ground.
Tried the slip pass over for Hall.
And those are those situations you're happy that you're trying this, and Coach Don Staley's probably on the sideline saying, good idea, good idea. Sharing the ball is big.
The third turnover for South Carolina. With 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. South Carolina out to a 20-4 lead. Harmon in trouble, picked up her dribble, and a timeout asked for and given to Charlotte Smith.
As we talked about, that bee's nest, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll also make you do crazy stuff, and so this is a great time for Charlotte Smith to bring her group back in, continue to tell them to stay poised, stay after it, stay under control, run your stuff. And the thing is, and for most young teams, they would struggle with that against South Carolina. This is a more experienced and older team that with a lot of returning players that have been together for a bit. And so they're going to figure it out. And this is a great test for them, especially now to get ready for their conference play.
I was going to say, if you can come out of here with a couple of good points, is there anything in the CAA that's going to scare you close to what this South Carolina team can do?
Once you fight a bear, and you come out of that, you're ready to fight just about anything.
Harmon with the ball with 4 on the shot clock. Suffocating defense from Rivers. Long 3. Finds the bucket. What a shot from Lyles.
Big shot from Lyles there. And that happened because the ball went from the right side of the floor to the left side of the floor. South Carolina couldn't load defensively.
Cardozo leads the layup off the rim. Great roll.
Fantastic roll.
In transition, here's Lyles slowing things down for Harmon. Step back 3, blocked by Rivers, her first, team's 6th. 10 on the shot clock.
What's crazy to me is Sanaya Rivers, and I watched her in high school. Fantastic player, great spring to her, great length. She was the biggest player in the gym. And now you see her and she's regular. I mean, regular size, even though she's still, 6 foot, 6'1".
Well, she's still the national,
Gatorade
National Player of the Year.
Yeah, I just, like, when I watched her in high school, I'm thinking to myself, man, she's tall.
Well, she's tall. She's picking up a point guard.
I know. This is what's wild to me. I love it.
Harmon kicks out with 1 on the shot clock and a shot clock violation on the Phoenix. With 4.3 seconds left to go in the first quarter, it'll be Elon ball. Check that. It'll be South Carolina ball. Rivers brings it up court. Crossover. Pull back 3. Off the back iron. No good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. South Carolina out to the big lead. 20-7 over the Phoenix of Elon. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. South Carolina out to the 20-7 early lead against the Phoenix of Elon. And there's Capitan Dawn Staley.
I mean, legend. I mean, she's one of those people that the reason why she's getting these top recruits of the nation every single year is because of how real she is, how authentic she is, how she will tell them this is what it's going to take to get there, and it's on you to be able to do it. She's all about accountability, and this is why she's able to get fields of players with a ton of talent able to play together, buy in, take their egos out of the picture, and play great basketball.
Be Elon's ball to start the second quarter. We're underway from the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina. Nance back into the game. Perpignan drops it off. Long jump shot off the iron. Cardozo grabs the board. Cardozo coming off of the bench, the Syracuse transfer. She was the ACC Freshman of the Year, co-defensive player of the year, all-ACC and defensive first team. That's coming off of the bench here.
Yeah, and she knows how to block shots. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, she's not just tall and not agile. She can move.
The foul, wave it off. Shot's no good. Offensive foul. Spotted on Rivers. That'll be her first. Check that. It'll be her second. Two on Rivers. Gets the steal. Rivers looks up. Takes the drive. Takes the contact. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
And that's what Coach Don Staley wants, is her players to create easy offense by great defense. How quick those hands were. She was able to get out in the open floor.
Nearly made the bucket. The body control was there.
Yeah. Just lost it a little bit, but gave herself a chance for 2 free ones.
First shot from Rivers off the iron, no good. That the second foul on Lyles. Fouls starting to add up against Elon. Second shot good for Rivers. Back into the ball game. Our first look at Peyton Carter, the redshirt senior out of Louisville, Colorado. Spent some time at the University of Colorado. For Pigman.
You're seeing South Carolina run their 1-3-1 defense, which is going to be difficult to score on simply because, I guess not. But it's tough to score on because you have to get the ball below the free throw line and behind the defense. And so if you've got this kind of size out there, it's really hard to get layups against that type of pressure.
That's 6 from Lyles. A travel spotted on Cardozo. Elon looking to get back in. That's to be the 5th turnover for the Gamecocks. Had a second, didn't rush her shot with Cardozo crashing down on her. That's tough to do.
It's tough to do because normally that'll wreck you.
Back Cardozo off the back iron, battle for the board. Elon and South Carolina wrapped up. Down to the floor goes Ami here. It'll be South Carolina ball on alternating possession. Me here and Traore getting a bit tied up.
Yeah, it happens in basketball. You know, it's about, I'm not going to just let you take the ball out of my hands, even after the whistle blows.
Here's Cook across the timeline. Elon's cut the lead to 11. Me here. Drives the lane. Wave off the shot. It's going to be on the floor. The foul spotted on, that'll be Lyles. It'll be 3 on Lyles, and what a big call that is.
Yeah, and Lyles has been providing an offensive spark from the perimeter for Elon, being able to knock down that 3 at crucial and pivotal points. And the thing is, you know, even that last 3 she missed, that wasn't in rhythm, but when she gets rhythm shots, she can make them at a high clip.
6 of their last 10 points now find themselves on the bench with 3 fouls. Cardozo with the offensive board.
Second chance points.
Here's Littleton around the screen for Hall. And a travel spotted on Hall. Elon ball still down 11. Elon being a little sticky, kind of hanging around. You don't have the feeling that it's an every time being able to score on South Carolina, but if they stick around, is there a chance?
It's always a chance. I mean, but especially when you have a mature team like Elon that is older, It's been in the fire before. They've been in situations where they've been down and know how to come out of them.
Verpignan working on Cook. Nearly lost it. On the drive. Pump fake. The shot. Verpignan's got 4.
That's a great take there. Great isolation.
Ball tipped away. It'll be last off Elon. It'll be South Carolina ball, 23 on the shot clock.
You can see it here too. Like South Carolina's really working to get the ball in the paint because they're going to need that against their best version of competition.
The shot off the iron, no good. Foul spotted. And that foul whistled on Taylor. It'll be her first. Take another look at the drive. Good drive. Cook gets airborne.
Zaya Cook gets a lot of opportunities to score out of the inbound play. She comes out with a lot of curl action. She'll catch it in the short corner and get busy from there.
South Carolina, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Make it 6 of 9. Back to a 10-point game. Verpignan working across the timeline. Picked up by Henderson. Verpignan on the drive. Cardozo shadowing. Pump fake. Kick to the corner. Baseline drive. Reverse layup. High off the glass.
That's a great situation for Verpignan there. Getting the ball into the paint. Sinking in South Carolina's defense. Getting it out to the perimeter. Creating a late closeout and a baseline drive.
A 7-2 Elon run in the second quarter. Ball batted around. Traore comes up with it.
And those are situations where you have to make those if you're Cardozo.
Verpignan splash from the foul line. 9-2 run.
Verpignan is a very good guard. One of the engines to this team. It really makes them go.
I mean, here kicks it out. Cook back down low for Cardozo. The shot off the iron, no good. Cardozo goes to the line to shoot 2.
And I love that ball fake from Zaya Cook to spread out the corner help side D so that Cardozo could have an isolation in the paint.
Foul whistled on Traore, her first. That'll be the 4th team foul. Cardozo with 3 rebounds and a block. No points yet. First free throws of the night. Splash through. South Carolina back to a 7-point lead. Off the back iron. Scooped board for Russell.
High-low action.
Cardozo trying to get low post position back for Boston. Russell looking for Cardozo. Gets it in. Boston back cut. Splash. Layup.
Coach Dawn Staley's done a really good job of implementing in their offense where they have a lot of big-to-big actions where they cut off of each other, high-low actions, set ball screens on each other from the elbow, things that really get the paint area active offensively.
First assist on the day from Cardozo. The points give Boston 8. Nance thought about the 3. Verpignan on the drive with 7 on the shot clock. Pull up from the elbow, grabs the rim. Traore gets the board, triples it over the rim. Here's Henderson across the timeline.
I love how this Elon program is fighting and coming alive in this second quarter.
Off the fingertips of Cook, the 7th turnover for the Gamecocks. Had 11 first half turnovers against UConn.
Yeah, and that's the thing too that Don Staley has talked about, is getting your team to settle down when it comes to taking care of the ball, because you can't play fantastic defense and then give it right back up because you didn't take care of it.
Verpignan with the ball, picked up by Henderson around the screen. Traore on the high post row. Verpignan kicks it way out. Long 3 for Nance. Big 3 for Nance.
I saw Nance was looking for was some daylight. South Carolina has done a really good job of bottling her up and making it difficult for her to get wide open looks.
Elon's made 5 of their last 6 field goals. They started 4-19 from the floor. South Carolina unable to answer Traore Traore grabs the defensive board.
And Elon's strategy to create, I like to call it the Giannis wall, where you can't really get to that paint area, not at least for a layup.
Russell grabs the board in transition, kicks it out. Henderson thought about it. Works it back for Boston. One dribble on working on Traore. The spin, the hook, left short. Boston gets her own board, puts it up.
And that's what happens when the ball touches Leah Boston's hand. She is almost automatic when it comes to catching that ball in that paint area.
The Colonial Life crowd firmly behind the Gamecocks. It's a 6-point game. For Pignan, Boston high off the screen. Traore from the elbow, off the back iron. Russell pulls down the board. Kick out, Henderson. Off the iron, Traore has another rebound and loses it. Saxton picks it up.
That's just active hands right there from Saxton. Just a little poke. She got a piece of the ball and made it happen.
Cook fouled on the drive. That was one that made you wince as you saw it live.
Yeah.
We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Elon hanging around. It's 27-21. South Carolina over Elon. Welcome back on the SEC Network Plus. South Carolina leading Elon 27-21. I'm Matt Stradley here with the Jet, John Williams. Thanks for joining us. Could have been anywhere. There's unlimited sporting options this weekend. It seems like Dawn Staley, Charlotte Smith, two people who just met in the hallway for the first time. No, that's not right. They spent 6 years together on the Charlotte Sting.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about this. You know, it's a full circle type of thing. Two legendary coaches giving back to young women in the game of basketball, and hopefully the cycle will continue, where we continue to get great basketball matchups between friends like this.
Charlotte Smith, a fantastic basketball player, fantastic coach. She's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Just a brilliant person, and songwriting and writing capabilities that are just off the charts.
Yeah, she actually wrote a song that went viral. I mean, it was amazing. And it was during a time frame where she was going through some adversity in her life, and it helped her get through, and her team backed her, the institution of Elon backed her, and it was just beautiful to see. But, you know, it just adds on to her resume, not just being a basketball player that's a national champion, but more than that, she's a pillar of leadership, and she gives back by coaching and teaching life lessons to her players in the community.
On the drive, the floater, good for Nance. Nance has got 7 points. Henderson across the timeline. Into the game is Peyton Carter, the redshirt senior. After college, wants to be a doctor, a travel spotted on Boston. That's the 8th turnover for South Carolina in the first half.
And it's tough. You know, South Carolina was just in a great offensive and defensive rhythm, and we're taking Elon out of their rhythm, and now you're seeing Elon getting into their rhythm and really starting to work their offense, get the ball moving from both sides of the floor, and not being as fazed by South Carolina's defense.
South Carolina 2 for 8 from the floor with 5 turnovers in the second quarter. Off the iron, big rebound secured for Russell. Battle for the board. It's Elon ball. Russell comes in, the sophomore, the McDonald's All-American in high school. Her first SEC points, a 3 against then number 10 Kentucky last year. Not a bad way to introduce yourself to the SEC.
Yeah, Russell's done a really good job of just getting the rebound, starting the break, trying to see if there's any opportunities from it, and then helping her team get in the offense. That last play, she kind of tried to make a post-entry pass from almost a volleyball line. And usually when you try to do something like that with Elon honing on it, it's going to lead to a low percentage shot or turnover.
The starting lineup back in for South Carolina. Pignan drives low, gets a little bit stuck. Bailed out by Harmon. Harmon loses it, stolen by Henderson. Henderson in transition.
Elon's done a pretty good job of stopping the break by making sure that they jam whoever the person who gets the rebound and starts the break. They jam them and make it difficult for a fast break.
Henderson on the drive, kicks, three, splash, big three from Zia Cook.
And Zia Cook does a really good job of scoring in a myriad of different ways, not just getting to the basket and pulling up at that mid-range area, but she can also knock down the tray.
It's 9 for Cook, her first three-pointer shot and made. Foul spotted on the far sideline.
What's funny is Destiny Henderson, she was sizing that up.
Henderson's second foul. Take a look, Cook. The spot, brilliant. The base she has to take that shot off of.
Absolutely, and a lot of that's due to Destiny Henderson being able to get into the paint, make everybody put eyes on her, and then Zia Cook can sneak up for that three ball.
With 8 on the shot clock, under a minute left to go in the second quarter for Pignan. Working on Henderson, goes baseline, kicks with 1 on the shot clock. Harmon ran off the line, needed to take that shot.
Yeah, and a lot of that is, South Carolina's secondary defense, their recovery defense. So even after Pignan drew 2 and brought in the defense, when she kicked it out for that baseline drift pass, the closeout was so terrifying. It made you have to put the ball on the deck instead of shooting it.
8 first half turnovers for Elon, who, if you're Elon,
you just saw Coach right there. I mean, Coach Smith just said it, shoot the ball, because that closeout, that length is making you put the ball on the deck with 1 second to go, and that's going to be a shot clock violation all the time.
Elon shooting 35% from the floor. South Carolina shooting 41. Neither team taking care of the ball very well, 9-8. The turnovers just barely in favor of Elon. John, does this Elon team sticking around more than you thought they would?
Yes and no. We talked about the experience, and coming into a place like here, if you're Elon dealing with that kind of pressure, you're always going to struggle that first punch in the face. But like we talked about before, they're experienced, so they take that punch and they get back up, and you see it in the second quarter. They're making the best out of their opportunities now.
7 of 13 from the floor in the second quarter. When you see a defense, the speed of South Carolina, does it take you a minute just to get a foothold in the match?
Yeah, exactly. Once you recognize what you're up against, you size it up and you figure out what it takes to beat it. But it takes some time. Sometimes when you get hit in the mouth that hard, you don't recover.
The head floater from Henderson splashes down. She's got 7. And back to a 10-point game.
That's what Destiny Henderson does. Just a little bit of everything. She facilitates. She can knock down the open three. She can put the ball in the right person's hand if they're hot. But also, she is a better or much improved vocal leader for this team.
The steal from Henderson ends the quarter. South Carolina goes to the locker room leading by 10. It's the Gamecocks 33. The Phoenix 23. We'll have your halftime report after this short break. You're watching South Carolina and Elon on SEC Network Plus. South Carolina leading by 10 at the break, 33-23 over the Phoenix of Elon. I'm Matt Stradley here with John Williams. John, the Phoenix stuck around despite what we saw in the first half, came back pretty strong in the second half.
Yeah, in the second quarter, they definitely made it a game and made it interesting by jumping out, showing their poise, and not letting that first punch dictate the rest of the game. And now you're seeing Elon play and their experience showing against a very talented South Carolina team.
Let's take you through the first half highlights, some of which were spectacular. Pepperman had a fantastic half.
Oh, yeah, she got going, getting into the paint. And once she gets into the paint, good things happen. She draws 2, but then also just running their offensive sets where they were stagnant in the first quarter to do. And so that opened up more opportunities for Ariana Nance, who you know is a shooter, and was able to get to that paint and show that her ability could go inside and out from the three.
And that's 7 first-half points for the Gamecocks. Boy, Boston.
Yeah, she was a boss in the paint. That's what Coach Don Staley has asked her to do. See that little chin music right there in the chest of Ivana McGill, but also just following her shot, getting herself second chance points and opportunities to score the ball, and that's going to be needed and necessary in that second half. And you see that right there. I mean, that's just like a Thanksgiving dinner right there. She's just eating down there.
Oh my goodness, Boston with 4 for 5 in the first half, 10 points, 2 boards, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, an assist in her 13 minutes. We're taking a look at the first half stats. Elon really closed the shooting gap in the second quarter.
Yeah, the second quarter was big for Elon. I mean, they, like we talked about before, that first punch in the face, you know, you got to get up from it, and they definitely did. Was able to run their offense soundly, getting the ball from one side of the floor to the other, and really making South Carolina have to work. But when South Carolina pressures you and keeps the ball on one side of the floor, turnovers are going to happen. Fast breaks are going to happen. Easy points are going to happen.
Elon yet to shoot a free throw today. South Carolina 8 for 12 from the free throw line. That's just a product of unable to really get anything driving towards the basket or inside. That's South Carolina's defense.
That's early and often defense usually by South Carolina, and even when they recover or have to recover, they're still long, athletic, and agile where they can still get a hand on the ball, not on the body.
6 first half blocks from South Carolina, 1 for Elon. If you're Elon in the locker room, let's say you're Coach Smith, what are you telling your team?
Well, you're just having that conversation and letting them know that they bleed just like you do. They compete just like you do. We've got the experience. Let's continue to go out there, run your offensive sets, be strong, be tight, be together on defense, and really, really make this thing a competitive game.
This a South Carolina Final Four team from last year, and I feel like it does translate because they lost no one. They added 4 fantastic freshmen, and they're going again.
Yes, I mean, they are number 1 for a reason. They've showed that they can beat the best of the best. You already see it with their non-conference schedule, who they're deciding to play, and it just resembles we want the smoke energy. They want it all. They want to play against everybody who is out there so that they are properly prepared once they do get into the NCAA tournament against all walks of life, all different types of style of offense and defense, and they will be able to combat it accordingly.
If you're Don Staley and you're talking to your South Carolina team, do you want to make a statement very early in this second half, or are you sure that this pressure is going to eventually wear down Elon?
Well, they definitely tried some things out in that second quarter just to see what the rosters look like, what different combinations look like, what different defensive sets look like, so that they can utilize things that they work on in practice on the floor. They're going to try to do what they do best, which is play high-pressure defense, create turnovers, that bee's nest, get out in the open floor and get easy baskets, and also make it difficult for the defense to just hone in on one area by moving the ball right to left and getting paint touches.
Lyles just freshly back into the game with 3 fouls, leaves her three-point shot short. Skip pass to Cook, thought about the 3, pulls it back down for Boston. For Henderson, looks down low. Up top, Boston. Into the corner, Beal, 3 off the iron, battle for the board. Elon comes up with it as Lyles with the defensive board.
You got to give Elon credit on how they've boxed out in this game thus far, really making it difficult for South Carolina to get those second chance points that they're accustomed to.
Perpignan strikes first, her 8th point of the afternoon, and it's an 8-point game.
And all of that was based on their patience. Perpignan's patience, reading the screen the right way.
The triple team comes on Boston. She shrugs it off. Rebound all the way through for Saxton. Back for Boston. Pump fake and a travel called. The 10th turnover for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and that was great offense there from South Carolina. They got several opportunities to put the ball in the basket. Those are those situations where you got to finish it.
Leah Boston, after the UConn game in the press conference, said that she's doing a better job of reading the double teams. She's either working quickly or getting a read and look for the kick out. And that time, the first time in, the double team was coming. The layup, my goodness. Strong across the lane for Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful finish from Johnson. Went in brave, not being affected by how Boston has impacted this game on the defensive end by blocking shots.
Up top, Saxton. Henderson. Henderson around the screen. Jump shot blocked, but fouled. And that's 4 on Lyles.
That's a big foul for Lyles there, already early in the third. And her offense was needed and necessary when Elon went on that offensive run in the second quarter.
The Elon run, South Carolina was leading 20-4. It's 23-7 Elon run since.
Yeah, I mean, and Elon has really just done a good job of running their sets. Like beforehand, they didn't get any offense running, and now you're seeing them run their sets, and it's difficult to guard when you're poised and unscathed by that defense.
James, the sophomore out of Stafford, Virginia, spent some time at St. Peter's University, taking the place of Lyles. First shot for Henderson, good. Rattles out, Boston, rebound, bucket, 12 for Boston. Henderson says, I meant to do that. That can't count against my stats.
Yeah, is that an assist for me?
Absolutely.
Henderson is very good at getting people the ball and put him in situations to score.
Johnson spinning off the iron. Beal has the board. Saxton gets the turn, goes baseline, gathers herself up off the glass, and good. Saxton has 4.
And Saxton put herself in a situation where the double team did not matter because of her positioning of where she caught the ball. She did a really good job of hunting her angle and really just putting the ball up and putting it in the basket.
Good hesitation, drives the baseline all the way around, tries to drop it off. Ball's on the ground and a held ball called. It'll be South Carolina's ball on alternating possession.
It's a great situation for South Carolina to get themselves a stop, even though it's not considered a turnover because it's a jump ball. Still a situation based on their defense where they were creating a bee's nest and then were able to get a tangle up there.
Let's watch Saxton down the floor and walk me through the angles that she's trying to get. As Boston bullies her way to the basket. A held ball. It'll be Elon's ball on the block.
Her angle's all based on her establishing positioning. And doing it early so that when the ball comes to her, all she has to do is just drop, step her foot, and go straight up vertical.
Perfigna with the ball, 20 on the shot clock. Henderson, a handful, a whistle blows. A timeout taken by Elon. Will take a timeout as well. The Phoenix down 11 against the Gamecocks. You're watching the SEC Network Plus. Carolina leads by 11, 38-27 over the Phoenix of Elon University. Matt Stradley here with John Williams. John, the Phoenix still hanging around, right around that 10-point mark. South Carolina feels very comfortable, but when does it start to be uncomfortable how close Elon is hanging?
Well, I think these are situations and tests that South Carolina wants to be put in where they are actually running under pressure, running sets under pressure. Championship teams don't get sped up just by what the other team is doing. They still have to do what they do and, expect for their system to work. Expect for what they do to work. So they're controlling what they can control and then also taking care of the little things that they can correct on the defensive end to make it difficult for Elon to put the ball in the basket because it all starts with defense.
Hand it off to Nance with 3 on the shot clock. Takes a screen, dribbles down, and a shot clock violation.
That's what we said. It starts with defense, right? Really making it difficult for that offense to get going from one side of the floor to the other.
That's the third 30-second violation, shot clock violation whistled on Elon. That's elite defense. Beal down low, gets the pass, through the contact, makes the bucket.
And that's what we talked about with Beal being able to play inside, out. She can slash, she can handle the ball. She's that everything, that glue player for him, making sure that she gave herself a situation by cutting in front of the face of that defender, giving herself a chance there.
Perfigna gets the ball down low, working on Boston. with 12 on the shot clock. Perpignan with 8 points. Gets a switch on Beal. The drive, the shot blocked. And saved somehow by Beal. Henderson driving the other way, kicks out, Cook spots. Off the front iron, battle for the board. Boston, my goodness.
Wow. That was beautiful. Like, and that's the thing with Saxton out there. And Saxton's got what, they say a 30-inch vertical?
Yeah.
Like, so she can get up off the ground and get off the ground quickly. And she's definitely showing that. And it all started with that defensive stop and turnover that South Carolina created by Beal. They get out in the open floor. And what happens when you get out in the open floor is you also have rebounding abilities.
Big shot from Beal. She's got 8.
That's classic South Carolina basketball. Inside, out, wide open shot. Beal makes them pay.
And a 10-0 run from South Carolina. Timeout by Elon, their second of the game. They've only got 2 left. We're going to take a short timeout. South Carolina kicking on the afterburners, 43-27. Welcome back. South Carolina on a 10-0 run to cruise out to the 43-27 lead. Elon with 1 timeout left for the game. South Carolina leading scorers, Leah Boston with 12. Zia Cook not too far behind with 9.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about with balanced scoring. It could be anybody's night with the amount of firepower that South Carolina has offensively. And so it could be, and you watch, if you go on South Carolina's website and you watch the press conferences, it's always somebody different. It could be Letitia Ann here. It could be anybody. And so it's just beautiful, beautiful basketball, especially when you have that kind of talent, but also that kind of talent that is bought in and selfless.
Elon starting to face a bit of a scoring drought as it's tipped away. On the drive, the contact through what strength shown by Saxton, the layup good.
You seen this weight room up here?
It must be elite.
It is an elite weight room.
Saxton's bucket makes it 6 for her. 12-0 run the last 3 minutes. And Boston with the steal.
And you see Destiny Henderson getting into the block party as well.
Skip pass. Boston for Henderson. Now Beal. Beal bullying her way into the lane. Cook, the floater. Ooh, that's pretty.
And that's what we talk about with Cook. Her ability to get into that paint, show her hang time. She can knock down the floater as well as the short jumper. And, you know, she's just such a versatile player, difficult to guard on all aspects of the floor.
Here's Nance. Around the Traore screen. Nance loses her footing. Foul spotted.
I'm trying to figure out where that foul came from.
It'll be the first on Cook.
I thought Zia Cook did a really good job of guarding the ball screen as best as she could. She fought to get through. No contact there. It may have been a trip or something.
It's difficult to see on the left hip of Nance.
Yeah, we can't see from this angle, but still, I thought she was fighting to get her positioning outside of that screen while Boston occupied.
Ivana McGill back into the game for the Phoenix. Limited minutes tonight for McGill.
And we talked about it before. McGill had a tough injury. Man.
Ami here with the gigantic block. The 9th team block for South Carolina.
That's what we talked about. South Carolina's so good at getting deflections, getting blocks, steals. Defensively, one of the more talented teams they've had in a long time.
Ami here is 4th in South Carolina, the University of South Carolina history, with 9 blocks in a game. She did that against Texas.
I'm not surprised. I mean, she just brings so much to the table with her versatility, being able to guard multiple positions. She can guard 1 through 5.
She can block 1 through 10. Let me make it another block. That's 10 for South Carolina.
Oh, Ivana McGill, her inside knee.
There's another block for Ami here on the drive.
You timed that perfectly, Matt.
The shot clock violation. is the official call. McGill slowly up. We'll have a substitution. Back into the game, Kayla Lyles with 4 fouls, 1 to watch. Maya Johnson back into the game for the Phoenix as well. Cordozo taking the place of Zaya Cook.
And that's
this is a tall team they just put on the floor.
I mean, you've got Ami here who can play multiple positions on the offensive end, playing guard, post player. She can do it all. But it also makes it as a matchup nightmare defensively.
Henderson, nice pump fake to find the space.
Yeah,
she's got 10.
Good gracious, you've got Destiny Henderson, who's what, 5'8" maybe, and then after that it's 6 foot up.
Nobody on South Carolina's team is going to have any problems at any of the amusement parks. They'll be able to ride all the rides.
All the rides. Even the secret room rides.
Perpignan with 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lyles, drives, pump fake, scoop off the glass, gets it on the rim. Battle for the board. It'll stay Elon ball with 2:56 left to go in the third.
And them being able to get the ball on the rim is impressive, because I thought that was going to get blocked.
I was 1,000% sure we were about to count to 11. South Carolina stuck on 10 team blocks. 20 on the shot clock. Nance doesn't need that long. Off the rim, slapped out. Goes off of a me here.
Do you know what that Cordoza slap was?
No.
That was somebody who's about to dunk.
She got up high enough.
Well, no, she slapped it so somebody could get a fast break and dunk.
Lyles called for the travel. It'll be South Carolina ball, the turnover.
Like, if there's going to be a dunk attempt lineup, this is going to be the lineup.
The 14th team turnover for Elon. I mean, here across the timeline, played in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics with Canada. Cordozo trying to find space down low. She's fouled off the ball.
Is that Lyles?
That's Lyles. That's 5.
Oh, man.
That's tough for one of Elon's premier players. Lyles goes to the bench.
One thing I will respect about Lyles is she is tough as nails. It's just, when she got bumped by the screen, she was just like, you're not bullying me. And so she pushes back. And certain times, you know, it's a good time to push back, and then there's tough times where you don't want to push back because the refs are watching.
Off the
rim.
She
got caught.
Board secured by James. Lyles fouls out. There'll be 6 points, 2 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds in 13 minutes of action to go along with 1 assist. Lyles averaging 8 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game, 2.3 steals per game. Lyles kind of does it all. Perpignan with 3 on the shot clock. Step back, 3-pointer, high arcing, off the rim. Beal has the board. Elon's missed their last 9 field goals, but with the steal from Nance, has a chance to break that. Cordozo broken down on the dribble, scooped through, basket's good. Nance to the line to shoot 1.
And I really do like Nance's game. I know that she's labeled as a shooter, but she showed her ability to not just shoot the ball, but also get to the basket, taking contact and finishing just like that.
That much necessary basket from Nance breaks a 16-0 South Carolina run. It's 49-29, make it 49-30. Nance's bucket gives her 10. Only 3 players now in double figures. Ami here fighting for position. Trying to get her on board, snags it down. Reset through Henderson. 12 on the shot clock.
Second, third, fourth chance points. It's tough to beat teams when you can't rebound.
Ami here blows by the layup, good. What a fantastic spin.
Yeah, Ami here knows how to attack the high foot. She's not giving that defender any space to recover, uses her body well, she knows how to score the ball.
Henderson knocks it out of Nance's hands. Nance responds by splashing down the three.
As we talked about, you can't give Nance any type of daylight. She's coming off of a big game where she scored, I think, maybe 4 or 5 threes against North Carolina A&T.
Nance now 2 for 3 behind the three-point line. She's got 13 this afternoon. Henderson around the screen with 12 on the shot clock. Shot no good. Offensive board by Beal. The putback attempt, she's fouled to the line to shoot 2. If we're really splitting hairs and trying to find things that South Carolina maybe could do a little bit better, 64% from the free throw line, is that going to do it?
Yeah, that can do it. You know, obviously taking care of the ball, cleaning up little minor details like passing, putting the ball in the right place, and especially when it comes to post entry, it's really difficult to get the ball in there in the right spot that post player needs it to score. Whether that post player likes the low pass, whether they like the high pass, you got to do that with experience and understanding each other.
Beal trying to make it a 20-point game again. The third foul whistled on Traore. Rattles out. Nance has the board. Beal, fantastic junior, the 2-time academic honor roll. She has the University of South Carolina record for most games started as a freshman. She did 33 in 19 and 20.
Well, and I understand why. She's so reliable on the offensive and defensive end. She's not going to overdo anything. She just does what she's told and what she can do with her wheelhouse of skill.
Nance, the floater at the buzzer, doesn't catch the iron. That will be the end of the quarter. We'll take a timeout, bringing fourth quarter action. It's South Carolina 52, Elon 33. You're watching the SEC Network Plus broadcast. We're back live from the Colonial Life Arena. Columbia, South Carolina. South Carolina out to a big lead over Elon, 52 to 33. Matt Stradley here with the Jet, John Williams. And John, what was in doubt, not really in doubt anymore. South Carolina came out big in the third quarter.
Yeah, in the third quarter, they just did what they do. You know, we talked about it in that second quarter. They experimented with some things. They tried their 1-3-1 half-court press. And against an Elon team that wants a zone, you know, that didn't work too well. They were able to get into their stuff. So now they're running their man defense, really making it difficult for Elon to get in any type of offense.
James with a board. Here comes Elon, down 19 with the ball. James. For Nance. Nance behind the screen. 3 high arcing. And it'll be South Carolina ball.
Yeah, you saw there, Nance was like, somebody got a piece of that. You look like, I don't just airball.
Nance 2 for 4 from behind the three-point line today. First year that they've moved the line back to the FIBA line. Have you seen any affect? As my goodness, Cardozo.
No, I haven't, just because, you know, what's a couple of inches? You know, it's not going to make that big of an impact there.
Cardozo has 3. Around the Traore screen. The Pignon looking for options. 10 on the shot clock. Again around the Traore screen.
Traore's done a really good job of posting up, setting up ball screens, and good ball screens get you open, get other people open. Easy to make your offense run.
That foul spotted on Rivers, her third. A freshman out of Wilmington, North Carolina. McDonald's All-American, WBCA All-American, Gatorade National Player of the Year. Put in some really good minutes, did Rivers against Oregon.
I'm just telling you now, like from the time frame I saw her in high school to now, she has improved volumes on doing what Coach Don Staley needs her to do to score the ball, but also facilitate.
Russell on the steal, the run out, the bucket off the iron, no good, to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be on Vanessa Taylor, her third. And that'll be the second team foul. Check that, that'll just be the first team foul. First shot on the way, splashes down. Mia Russell, McDonald's All-American in high school. A sophomore. He's got 2 points tonight.
I love Russell's game. She does a really good job of just, once she gets the rebound, she's got a heavy motor. Once she gets the rebound, she's out in the open floor and trying to find somebody and get them involved.
The ball loose. Traore gets a piece of it, but it's tracked down by Henderson. Henderson cutting through traffic. Push to the corner. Reset. Amihir. Anywhere.
That's Amihir's game. I mean, she can play inside and out, which creates matchup nightmares for post players that think, well, she's one of the taller players on the floor. I got to guard her there, and then she'll blow by you if you don't close out the right way on her.
Amihir's first 3 of the night splashes down. Off the back iron is Cardozo with the rebound. Here's Henderson working quickly in transition. Over the top of Amihir. Foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Great seal there for Amihir.
Look at this Amihir 3. Enough time to really get her fingers under her fingers around the ball, the feet underneath. And that's a beautiful shot.
It's a good looking shot. Once she gets that balance, she's good to go. And she knew that Lance, when she spun it over, was waiting for that one pass more. She read it right and took the right shot.
Amihir's couple dribbles. 5 points on the afternoon. Make it 6. Adventurous, but it counts nonetheless.
And that's a scary thing, man. I mean, Amihir, Cardozo, they both come off the bench, and they could easily start on this team as well. And them coming off the bench, after you're tired, you've been dealing with those starters, then you got to deal with them. I mean, that's trouble, man.
South Carolina now 14 of 20 from the free throw line. They've upped their percentage to 70. Instantly working on what I said if I was really picking the one flaw I would find. James on the hesitation to pull up from 12 off the iron. Cardozo has another board. That's 5. Amihir on the dribble drive. The layup no good. Offensive board. Put back. Fagan puts it in.
Great follow from Fagan there.
Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year putting it in.
I mean, everybody on this roster, some kind of Player of the Year at some point in their past. I mean, they're all legit.
That foul on James. That'll be her first. And the three-point play successful for Fagan. Fagan's got 3.
It's great minutes for Fagan to get in and really continue to get more experience on the floor. I mean, obviously, you're going to get better no matter what, just playing against Aaliyah Boston every day in practice, playing against Amihir every day in practice. I mean, it's just, you have no choice.
Harmon's first bucket of the afternoon. Brings Elon back within 20. They're down 19. Top of the key for Russell. Around the screen, down low, Fagan. Oh, what a beautiful pick and roll.
Great find from Russell, coming off the screen with her head up, being able to see that 2 went with her and putting the ball right in that sweet spot that Fagan needed it.
And that's Russell's 3rd assist of the afternoon. Long 3 step. Ooh, my goodness. I wasn't sure about it, but if Harmon's going to knock it down, why not?
Well, she capitalized on her space where Amihir was not giving her much, but she made sure that she utilized that little bit of daylight she could get to get that shot off.
Fagan traveled as she started her move. At the 12th turnover for South Carolina.
And those are those little nuances that can create an easy basket high-low between Fagan and Cardozo just by catching a ball, feet set, squared, pump faking, triple threat, and get the ball either to the post or knock down the shot or drive.
Harmon grabs the ball. She's got 5 points in the last couple minutes. Taylor with 8 on the shot clock. On the drive. Hesitation, blocked from Fagan. Here comes South Carolina the other way. That's the 11th block by the Gamecocks and an offensive foul the other way. That foul whistled on Russell. It'll be her first.
And those are those situations where Coach Don Staley, she teaches you, she coaches you to play fast. fast, but to also play fast, play smart, play selfless. And the right play was the corner pass to Rivers. She was there, she was waiting, hands were ready, she was set, giving her an opportunity because she did the right thing by drawing in multiple defenders. Now you got to draw in and dish out.
Tasman into the game. Her father played pro ball in Turkey. Made Phi Kappa Phi as a sophomore. Long three. Fagan scoops up the board. Back for Fagan. Drop pass and low for Cardozo. The easy bucket. Cardozo has 5.
Yeah, and when you got Cardozo catching the ball that high with the mouse in the house, I mean, it's just an automatic basket, even if you are working really hard for positioning.
On the drive, the kick out. Step inside the three-point line. Catches air. Here comes Rivers the other way. Rivers quickly into the front court.
That was the right pass for Peyton Carter there.
Cardozo has it. Pass over the top. No basket. Foul spotted on the floor. That's going to be on Tasman. That'll be her first. We have a timeout on the floor. South Carolina up big, 68-38. South Carolina continuing to distance themselves from Elon, 68-38. Taking a look at the bench points, South Carolina really pouring it on.
Well, and South Carolina's got that kind of depth. I mean, your benchers, former high school All-Americans. I mean, and you know, Gatorade Player of the Years and all other types of POYs. And so when that comes in, you know, it's no drop-off when it comes to talent. The only difference is there's maybe a little bit less experience, and this is how they get that experience and getting ready so that they're, you know, usable when it does come to SEC play.
One thing I found extremely interesting in talking about Bree Hall specifically, Dawn Staley said she's not scared.
Yes. And that's the thing. She does not fear the moment. She's got a motor. She's active. She's tough, mean. It's right up Dawn Staley's alley.
Hall into the game. Now Cardozo with the turnaround. That wasn't a random thing I just brought up. Since she was on the floor, I figured we'd talk about it.
Yeah, she's here.
Harmon.
She's playing hard. Might as well.
Harmon on the drive through for Carter. Carter with 6 on the shot clock. Around the screen, step back. Ooh, trying to pass.
Is that
Cardozo.
like a double block?
Skips it out. Hall letting things settle.
That's smart from Hall, bringing it out and letting the offense work.
Back up top. Me here. Moves to her right, top of the key. Rivers drops it down low. Cardozo kicks it back. The layup. Ball movement. Perfection. Fagan with the lay-in.
Well, it's nothing you can do, too. When arms are 10 feet up and they're catching the ball that high and then doing a big-to-big from under the basket.
Substitution as out of the game is Taylor. That's Elon's final timeout. In this lineup, John, me here, the junior is the point guard.
Yeah. Whoa. What's the problem with that?
She's 11 feet tall.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. I love it. And that's the thing. It's no cap on size. The cap's where your skill is.
Sure.
And Ami here, with her IQ and ability to find players and handle the ball steadily, it's why you have players that come out of here every single year and go in the WNBA and perform at a high level.
A hand check call spotted after 28 great seconds of defense on Bree Hall. It'll be a 20-second on the shot clock for Elon. 2:55 left to go in this game. South Carolina 72, Elon 38. Harmon with the ball. South Carolina usually right around that 75.8 mark, but they've held Elon to a scant few second half points. A travel spotted, turnover in play, gives the ball to the Gamecocks. And a couple of substitutions on the way. Weselick into the game along with Olivia Thompson, the junior. Weselick will inbound to Rivers.
Olivia Thompson is a fantastic shooter. Earned herself a scholarship and is definitely one of those players on the team that does everything on and off the court.
Hall to the line to shoot two. Fouled on the drive. The foul whistled on Carter. Her first. This will be the second quarter unless Elon can do something drastically in the next 150 seconds.
Then listen, Elon has done a really good job of responding, even when things aren't going well, and that's when we talk about that experience. Coach Charlotte Smith, I mean, has done a really good job of coaching these players up and getting them ready for their conference play. I know that they're in the middle of the pack in their conference, but I think they're going to make a run in that conference, and I also think that they'll give themselves an opportunity to win. They got a great coaching staff. Edgar Farmer, Essence Bacombe. I mean, they've got some really good people there helping these kids get to where they need to get to.
Knocked out of bounds by Rivers.
Where are we at on the block stats?
13 for the team.
Man, it's hard to score when you're getting blocked. I'm telling you that.
Does that get into your head after a while?
Yeah, like block shots are just like getting dunked on. Like, your morale goes down. It makes you second guess whether or not you need to go in there again.
High arcing shot doesn't hit the rim. That'll be a turnover. That's the fourth shot clock violation against Elon. You look at all the different defensive categories where you can rank this South Carolina team, and they're mean. They're scary.
Yes.
Corner three, splash, big three from Olivia Thompson.
Olivia Thompson, she's a hometown girl, local, crowd favorite, and she can shoot that ball. That's why she's here.
1:30 left to go in regulation. I think we can save the game now. Harmon with 10 on the shot clock, tries the baseline, pump fake, good little move, leaves the shot short. Tipped out, Thompson gets the board, pitches it forward. Here's Hall. Reset through Rivers. Rivers picked up by Harmon. On the drive, Hall finds the space. Hagan with the putback.
Yeah, and all you're looking at is a lot of this South Carolina youth getting a ton of experience. And it's going to be needed, necessary when they get the SEC play. Not everybody's going to be able to play, but there's going to be some bright spots that Don Staley sees that she'll be able to utilize moving forward.
If you're Elon, you look at the second quarter where you outscored the #1 team in the country 16-13.
Yeah, and you use that as motivation. You use that as something that can tell you that, hey, we can play with just about anybody in spurts. Now, in order for us to beat teams like that, if we want to make it to the NCAA tournament by winning our conference, is by being consistent with that level of play. If you can manipulate that second quarter every single time you play, you're going to be in good shape.
Crowd comes to a roar as 15 seconds left on the clock, and Rivers standing talking to Coach Staley, content to dribble out the clock as Elon packs their defense back. Just a matter of time, John, the final score, South Carolina 79, Elon 38.
What a fantastic game for the Gamecocks. Great fight from Elon. Just happy that I got to see some great basketball after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Cook has 11, Henderson 10, Boston 12 for Elon in a losing effort. Nance 13, Perpignan 8, Lyles in 14 minutes, 6 points and 5 boards.
Yeah, great effort by Elon. Definitely gave everything that they could. Was a little stifled by South Carolina's defense in the first quarter. South Carolina tried some things in that second quarter. Elon was able to get going on a run, and then the third and fourth quarter is where South Carolina really took off. 2
quarters of single-digit scoring in the first and the fourth for South Carolina's defense. Taking a look at the shooting percentages, South Carolina above 50% from in front of and behind the arc.
Yeah, great offensive stand for South Carolina. Helps them, give them fuel for their next upcoming games because they did a lot of good things in the right way.
So that'll do it for us from the Colonial Life Arena. For Brian Bennett, Allie Bridge, for John Williams, I'm Matt Strandley saying so long. Your final score, South Carolina 79, Elon 38. All games airing on the ESPN networks are archived and available on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.